123, welcome back to SecurityGuideTV.com here at ASIS 2017 Dallas, Texas. My next guest, Travis Dial, Cobalt Robotics. This is really cool. I happen to be speaking on the robotics panel tomorrow.
Wow.
I'm going to bring my part of physical security and my concerns about robots in the industry to that discussion, so I'm really excited to talk about you guys. But what you do is a little different than some of the robotic companies. Tell me what you guys do.
Yeah, so Cobalt Robotics is building intelligent security robots. And what we're trying to do is to give a new cost-effective solution that sits somewhere between cameras today and guards today.
That's difficult to do.
It is.
Yeah.
But the cost difference between those is just astronomical. And so we provide a solution that's in the middle. It's a nice middle ground where we allow one very capable human guard to basically be in 30 different places at once.
Okay.
And the way that we do that is through one of these autonomous robots. So this robot is going around your space. It's building a model of what is normal and what is typical in your space.
Machine learning.
Machine learning,
right.
Artificial intelligence,
right.
and then real robotics algorithms. Things that I developed as a PhD student about 15 years ago. Same sort of algorithms.
Oh, cool. All right. 15 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Like old enough to be 15
These
years.
robots should have been done a very long time ago.
Yeah.
But the reality is today is ripe for that type of disruption because we've had so many advances in autonomous cars and robotics and sensing, and the security industry, I think, is really embracing the digital transformation and that revolution.
Yeah.
And so what we do is that robot's going around and it's looking for anomalies. Things like unusual sounds, footsteps, it could be glass breaking, it could be someone talking, it could be people walking around that are identified or unidentified, and then things like thermal signatures. In our office, it's always...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's always, the coffee pot gets left on, or our soldering irons get left on.
Right.
Or even spills and leaks on the floor, things that could be a safety or a liability. And what the robot does is when it detects those, it flags a human pilot. And that pilot comes in and they get context very quickly, and then they can come in and provide high-level decision-making and have a face-to-face interaction. So there's a screen on there so that you can have a Skype call. And then that human can be friendly. It can be a customer service-oriented interaction with an employee or a vendor or a contractor indoors. And then every time that person is interacting with our system, the robot learns and gets better over time. And so, yeah, we do that in a cost-effective way by letting that guard be 30 places at once.
Fantastic. So let's talk about iRobot, one of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah.
Philip Dick, fantastic story. The movie was fantastic. How far away are we from that? 10, 20 years?
I think it's quite a while.
All right.
So when you look, I'm from out in Palo Alto. That's where Cobalt is headquartered.
Yeah.
We're out in California. And you'll see autonomous cars driving around all the time. But the thing you also notice is they always have that driver sitting in that front seat.
Oh, really? Still? All right.
Yeah, and it's because it's easy some of the time, but sometimes it's really difficult.
All right.
And if you think of security, it's fundamentally about outliers. It's situations that are weird. Like, it changes every single day. And so what we said is it's not going to be possible to program a robot with every single possible extingent circumstance that you may encounter. And so instead, by keeping that person in the loop, you still get that the flexibility of that human, but sort of the reliability, the consistency of the machine.
So I have to take my shoes off to do math on occasion, right? But I kind of get the basic concept. Let me give you a number. I got 1 million person shortage in the IT world. You know this. You know that if you want to go hire somebody, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a smart programmer in your business.
Yes.
I got 1 million guards over here in the United States that were never trained in anything to do with security. They can barely work a smartphone. 50% of them have a smartphone. The other 50%, they don't have a smartphone, right? That's a giant gap.
It is.
Here's my concern. We start putting robots out there. That operator you're talking about, what's his skill level need to be? Second, if I'm displacing guards with that one robot, let's say maybe I'm displacing 30 guards, right? What am I going to do with 500,000 people who don't have a job?
So that's kind of the beauty of what we're doing. We're not actually trying to displace any guards.
Okay.
Because the guard that you're putting at your site, usually hopefully very well trained, and also you get to know those people. What we're trying to do is actually to provide an intermediate solution for places where maybe you can't afford guards today.
Okay, all right.
And so that's
fair.
really the goal.
Right.
And it's to create positions where you can pay people a livable wage to provide a high quality service that has measurable performance metrics and that demonstrates real ROI today.
Yeah.
When we go out and we look for people to pilot our robots, we're looking for people who are friendly, customer service oriented, articulate. We work with a lot of people that have a background in things like hotels and restaurants, very customer service oriented industries.
So you're almost drawing outside the guard business sometimes, could be.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the benefit is, when we started this company, I went out and interviewed a bunch of guards. And one of the guards I interviewed was this wonderful woman. Her name was Janice, 55-year-old grandmother of 4. And she spent her nights as a graveyard shift in the subfloor second basement of a parking garage.
I know, the terrible shift. It's very difficult work.
But Janice, she encountered 0 people on average.
Right.
And that's not the type of job that human beings should have to suffer through. And so what we want to do...
Well, that's a good point.
What we want to do is let Janice not just be in that position, but be wandering around the floors of the building, looking for employees who might be in physical distress,
right?
Who might need questions answered, be concierge. Let her interact with people on a day-to-day basis. And so that's what we really strive to do. It's not just security, it's also facilities, it's employee health and safety, it's human resources, and by providing a shared services perspective for all of this, you're not just having a guard post be the traditional post orders, you're actually expanding the capabilities of what that guard does.
Right.
And therefore you're opening up entire new markets that were never possible before. And so I believe that over the short term and even the long term, we're actually going to be a massive net creator of jobs.
I'm coming your way on it. I'm open-minded about it. All right? I can see where we're going to have a guard expand their job duties, right? Maybe we're going to be more of a facility checker and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, I'm going to keep an open mind about it. Travis Dial, CobotRobotics.com. Quick question. Does it look like R2-D2 or a Roomba?
Neither.
Oh, that's good news. All right. Thanks for coming on SecurityGuideTV.com.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Engineer. Hello, Mr. Engineer. Look at my engineers. Look at that. Look at that, Travis. Hey, Sean. Well, you got to take us off. Back in a minute on SecurityGuideTV.com.